Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Playoffs. Don't talk about playoffs.
Well, hey, I'm
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
with all the arm pumping I'm about to be doing tonight. You can probably line me up 30 plus lawnmowers. I'll start every one of them.
Audio Jungle.
He said, she bit my head off. He said, I won't say nothing like that no more. He said, that's Kentucky basketball fans. He said, they serious about their basketball.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are. You
So
know
they-
it.
Audio Jungle.
I can't hear a sign call there. Well, guys,
This whole time, Brent's not heard the word. He's just been, oh, yeah.
We've had
they'll beat them tomorrow. They'll move them all the way up to number 3. And they'll think it's 1998 again down there in Thomas.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
What's up, everybody? It's a Friday night. Welcome to the Wildcat Den. Pull up a chair in the den, guys. Let's talk a little bit of sports tonight. How you doing, Rusty?
I'm doing good. I'm rounding out my
Good.
vacation week here.
Oh, yeah, you was on vacation this week.
Yeah.
Well, it's a bye week. The Cats are off tonight. So this weekend. Get some things worked out. Keep plugging along. I liked what I saw with Cutter out there. I really did. He got more reps with the ones too. I like that, but we'll get into that in a minute. Like I said just a few minutes ago, the Cats are Kentucky is off this weekend. Their next opponent is South Carolina. But guys, we would like to thank our sponsor, Overbay Enterprises. And what's some of the stuff they do, Rusty?
House seats, driveways, ditching, drain lines, retaining walls, grade work, extensive road work, land clearing, developments, carport or garage pre-pours, gravel, tree and stump removal, field dirt, stream crossings, culverts, heavy equipment transport. And they're in Southwest Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, and Eastern Tennessee. And if you don't want your road washed out, you might want to get them to do your stream crossings and your culverts. You pull up there one day, you four-wheel drive on and get to it.
Call Overbay Enterprises, guys. Give them a call there, down on the bottom right there.
Yeah.
But Rusty, buddy, what do we talk about first, buddy? What do you want to get in tonight? You want to get into now, guys? Rusty, I don't know where to do it first, or we'll wait just a few minutes. But now, Rusty got to go to the Notre Dame and Texas A&M ball game, and he saw a dandy. That was an excellent ball game, buddy. Excellent ball game.
Might as well get that out of the way.
You want to go ahead and do that one first, buddy?
That was one of the most exciting games I've been to down there. And I thought there was quite a bit of A&M fans there, but my buddy, he been going for 20, 30 years down there. But now he said Georgia and Nebraska was the two biggest ones as far as that goes. But anyways, let's talk about this Texas A&M Notre Dame game.
All right.
Did you see the thing I posted about Notre Dame running over there trash talking before they went back in the tunnels after pregame warm up?
I saw that. I saw that when you posted it. Yes, I saw that.
I think that was a little scripted and trying to be a little intimidating factor, but it could have just pumped Texas A&M up a great deal. But
good have.
Well, both teams had a special teams mishap that, cost them dearly. A&M went 3 and out, had a punt block. Guy caught it, ran in right in for an end zone for a touchdown. And then toward the end of the game, Buckner, did you see that where Buckner, ex-quarterback, he'd been in Alabama, started for Notre Dame, good snap. He just butterfingered it.
Yeah.
And then when he rolled out, they practice this. He rolled out to his left, had a guy wide open, easy 2-point conversion. And I swear he threw it about probably 7 yards to the left of him. No way he'd catch it. But if he could have just made a throw, it could have been a 2-point conversion. He could have made something good out of something bad. But now I've seen that replay. He had his little Apple Watch on. Didn't even take his little Apple Watch off before he's out there. I'm like, come on, Buckner. I mean, him and he's experienced. He's like 6 year or something.
Yeah. Yeah. I was back and forth, I think, at the first of it, Rusty. I forgot what team I was watching. But then when that one game or what game I was watching, and then that one game went off, I think that's when I turned it back over there and I said, well, this is a good one. This is a good one. But the guys, Rusty, went to this game. He was there in person, and we're just getting his thoughts on what he thinks of these two teams.
Now, see where I was sitting, we were sitting at the other end zone looking, and I said, what do they do? Fake that? And my buddy's like, no, they had a bad snap. Replay. I didn't get to see it. Now, I wanted to watch this game on TV, but I couldn't find a replay all week, that or the Kentucky. But anyways, it looked like Notre Dame had sold out on the run. So Marcel Reed had all day in the pocket. There was times I thought maybe they should switch to the running game because they got a few running backs. It's like running back by committee. Plus, Reed could run. But they didn't. They stuck to their plan. And, at the end of the day, it worked out for them because they was getting big chunks. But now I definitely thought A&M's defense would have looked a lot better than what they did. I mean, neither defense, they both give up 40 points. So that's a lot.
Yeah.
But now Notre Dame, I thought Carr had a good game, especially for a redshirt freshman. He's played in 2 really big games, and I thought he did pretty good. I mean, and last year he had the same injury Carson Beck had in practice, so he really didn't even practice a whole lot last year. So he was dealing with that. So I think he's going to be a good quarterback. But, I mean, Notre Dame, now their defense, I hear all these Notre Dame fans talking about Chris Ash and all this and that. They need to fire them. Their defense is garbage and all this. Now, I will say I don't think they're as deep as I thought they was at the beginning of the year. But now Notre Dame had some players banged up in that secondary, and I don't think a lot of people realize this. But you remember Devontae Smith, the cornerback from Alabama that transferred there. He's big and physical. And he messed his ankle up in pregame warmups. Didn't get to play. I think he's going to be out this week. Pregame warmups. I mean, that's unexpected as you can get. And their best corner, Leonard Moore, he hurt his ankle or his foot or something and had to leave the game for a series in the second quarter. And that's when Super Mario, I don't know if it's Super Mario Craver or KC Concepcion, one of them made about a 50-yard touchdown or 50-yard play, big chunk play. So they had a true freshman in there trying to cover one of them guys, and them guys, they're good. Also, Christian Gray, the other cornerback, he got banged up in the second quarter. Well, and Moore played the rest of the game. I guess he was taped up like really heavy, so he wasn't 100%. Gray had an upper body injury. I don't know how bad. He had to leave a little bit. So all the cornerbacks was banged up. But people ain't, they ain't seeing that. They're just seeing they give up 41 points.
Yeah.
But now, I think that's what A&M smelled blood in the water. And I think that's why they didn't go the running game like I thought, and that's why they kept throwing. And Marcel Reed made some good throws. So Notre Dame secondary was banged up. And their lines, remember me before the season I said I didn't think their offensive and defensive lines was as deep as everybody was saying on, all the other commentators and stuff, because they lost 3 or 4 on each. They couldn't be.
Right.
And I think that showed. Notre Dame really wasn't getting much pressure. I'll say Notre Dame's offensive line did play better than they did look a little better than they did in the Miami game. But A&M's defense wasn't as good as I thought they'd be, especially against the rush. With what's his name, coach down there now. You thought he did a lot better. But anyways, the quarterbacks. Marcel Reed was 17 of 37, 360 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Notre Dame, Carr. Well, Marcel Reed had 7 rushes, 37 yards. Carr had 20. He was 20 for 32, 291 yards. 1 TD, 1 interception. Rushed 3 times for negative 15 yards. But now old Marcel Reed had 360 yards passing. That was over 400 yards offense, counting his rushing yards.
Yeah.
Running backs. This is just the leading ones. A&M's Moss had 20 attempts for 81 yards. Notre Dame's Love, 23 attempts, 94 yards. Well, and Price had 12 attempts for 68 yards. So Notre Dame got them rushing, but I mean, well, so here's the deal. At the end of the game, Nate Borkinson, 6th season, blocking tight end. He was a walk-on at Nebraska when he first started. How many total catches you think he's had in 6 years? He caught the winning touchdown against Notre Dame. And they asked Mike Elko if he thought that's where it was going, and he said, yeah, they knew that's where it was going the whole way. 6 years. He's a blocking tight end, so it ain't going to be high.
Right. I don't know.
21 catches.
And he's a 6th-year senior, 21 catches.
Yeah, he's big, though, but he caught the one that counted.
Well, yeah. Well, that's true. That's true.
Hey, now.
Well, did you have fun?
Oh, we had a great time, but let me tell you something about this. The last 2 years, they had this girl on this Jumbotron down there, and she has I'm just going to tell you, the most loudest, annoying voice, and that's one of a kind. But, well, what we can't understand is this year they got a totally different girl. Don't even look nothing like her. Same voice. They got to have AI changing her voice to that other lady's voice. And why, we don't know. We can't get it. And another thing I thought was funny, Well, I did look around. They just played Thunderstruck for about 30 seconds, and you seen all the crowd. Everybody started dancing, having a good time, because rock and roll pumped you up. Well, they do a lot of rap down there. And you know what rap? They was down there playing rap about smoking reefer and hoes, and then it showed the camera down there, and the priest was down there by the DJ dancing. I said, "What the world's going on here?" You think I'm lying to you?
Oh.
But overall, that was a really good game. I could not believe they caught that touchdown. 4th and 11. I was telling them, don't worry, they ain't gonna get it. They ain't gonna get it. If they do, there'll be some kind of penalty. Now, I didn't get to see. Did you see after Notre Dame scored, Buckner mishandled the catch, and then A&M ran it back? I really didn't get to see if there was a hold, if that was a real hold or not on that, because I didn't ever see a replay of it.
It was in the middle. It was in the middle of the field, and I heard one of the announcers say that really wouldn't have really had any bearing on the what. I know what I can't remember what he said. But Rusty, me, you said this once. We said this once before. I've heard other people say it. You can just about hold. I mean, there's holding calls just about every play. I mean, kickoff, offense, defense, whatever. I mean, it just is what it is. But that was a good game though. But
that was a really good game, but. Well, see, at the last play, the Notre Dame fans, they found a hold on that play, and that's what they're going on and on about. But then I never got to see the one of the run backs, so maybe they just justified that. Who knows? But, it was a really good game. Notre Dame's still a good team, but their schedule is just so easy from here on out. Like, I can't say. If anybody beats them, I say it'd be Arkansas. But I don't think Arkansas's got defense. Huh?
I don't. Don't they play them in a couple weeks, Arkansas?
Well, not this week, but next at Arkansas.
Nick.
Well, Arkansas would have won that game last week, but they fumbled when they was going in for the go-ahead touchdown, didn't they?
I think so. I can't remember.
That's what I heard. I didn't see it. But anyways, that's it.
But
guys, great game.
But you know what, guys, like I said at the beginning of the show, this is a bye week for Kentucky. And Kentucky played Eastern Michigan. Kentucky's improved to 2-1. I watched most of the game. I just felt like with Cutter in there, to me, the game felt just had rhythm to it. You know what I'm trying to say? The offense looked like there was rhythm. They had rhythm. Everything flowed. Everything, I just feel like, Rusty, and I know you've talked about it. I just feel like that's the future right there. I say Cutter. I just feel like he needs to be played.
He's been there. He knows the system. And if there was any question on who was better, he should have been starting from the beginning. But I get it. You went out and you paid this guy money. You got to see what he's got.
You got to see what, and it's like you said last week. I think Zach Calzada, I think he's trying, like you said, but listen, we need to go with Cutter. If we're recruiting these quarterbacks, and we've got some good ones. We got another one we got another one sitting there, and then we recruited another one in the summer, and I forgot his name because that was when we done the show here when you was on vacation, and I can't remember his name. I cannot remember. But let's just develop these guys. But it's obvious to me when watching the Eastern Michigan game, and like I said, I know it was against Eastern Michigan, but he got reps. Like I said earlier, he got reps with the ones. He got in-game situation. You see what I'm trying to say?
Did Allen get to play any?
Who?
Allen?
I think Bo. I think towards the end, I think they put Bo. I think, like I said, I watched most of it. But I just think we've got guys on the bench, above Zach that needs, just my opinion, that needs to be playing.
I think if we get any, like, especially like Eastern Michigan, and we get into like garbage time, I think they should let Bo play just for out of respect that he's been totally committed to the program and this, that, other.
But I don't know. I that's just what I get, and I think we needed that win because, like I said, listen, guys, we come off of this bye week, and our next opponent is South Carolina. And did you see what Vanderbilt did to South Carolina at South Carolina? I think South Carolina had 4 turnovers, I think.
And I think Lenore Sellers got hurt in the first half, didn't he?
He did.
And that's what, when I texted you that, I thought, oh, we're going to get them without Lenore Sellers. We'll win that one. But still, they don't look that good. Their defense stuff can't be doing as good as it was last year. I think we can get them. I think we can get fighting chickens.
I think so, too. I mean, we've got to fight chickens.
But you know how we do come out of a bye.
Well, see, that was my next thing. What was my next topic?
I know where you're going with this.
Since Stoops is gone there, coming out of bye, we're horrible. Absolutely horrible. And speaking of byes, now, bye this week. Next week, we play South Carolina.
I just think it's early to be having byes. Notre Dame had a bye last week. They had a bye after week 1. I mean, come on. I mean, nothing against them, but just other teams are on byes this week. But it's too early for byes, in my opinion. Oh, I don't know where Brent went. Hopefully he makes it back soon. I was sitting there waiting on him to start. I know he always goes on and on about Stoops and coming out of a bye. I think he's getting ready to tell us when Kentucky's next bye was, but I don't know when it is. But we always kid around and say Eddie Grant had him out eating too much barbecue, all this and that. And we don't know what happens to him, but every time we come out of a bye, it's not good.
South Carolina, Georgia. We come back off of this bye. We play South Carolina, Georgia, and then we get another bye after that.
You're back.
Can you hear me now?
We hear you and see you now.
Okay. We come back like I said, we come back off this bye. We play South Carolina, Georgia, and another bye week.
That close together. You're
close
kidding
together.
Me.
No.
See, that's too much. That's too much.
Usually it's spread out like October. Like we usually get one in October, and then turn around and get one after about the second week of November. But this year, I noticed it was just almost back to back there.
The only way that could be really helpful is if you had a lot of injuries. And for once, knock on wood, we've been doing pretty good in that department.
True. And like you said, and I've heard other people talk, we're just horrible coming out of a bye week.
Well, yeah. Eddie Graham takes them out for too much barbecue.
I like Cutter hitting our tight ends too, because we do good hitting our tight ends, going to our tight ends. And Caddis and Rodriguez, I thought, done good. And of course, our running backs, as usual, was running the ball. Or um, I just think it. I like I said, I think Cutter getting more reps with the ones in game situation. Like I said, I know it was Eastern Michigan, but we needed the win. He got to play in game situation with the ones, and I just feel like Rusty that this is who we need to go with from here on out. No matter what the record is, and then we got the other quarterbacks on the bench.
Well, now, if I'm
That's
not
just my
mistaken,
opinion.
you was talking about the tight ends. If I'm not mistaken, Caddis had 61 yards that game, and he's our leading receiver for the season. Is that correct?
I think so. I think so.
And that's kind of concerning that a wide receiver's not leading
Yeah,
that part.
yeah.
And really, you think if a tight end, and I'm not knocking Caddis, but Rodriguez is way more athletic.
Mhm.
You think he'd be the one tearing it up, but I think Caddis is just he's got it in
I
his
just
heart.
wonder why our receivers are not get. I mean, can't they get open or what? Or is the scheme for our wide receivers? I don't know. But like I got through saying, I do like us going to the tight ends, but we
Yeah,
need
I
the
like.
receivers. I feel like to step up because if they start keying on our tight ends, you see where I'm going.
Yeah,
You got
they
to have a
got to
receiver.
catch something.
To,
They got to be able to do it.
yeah, yeah.
What'd you think of our
But we,
defense? I didn't get to watch it.
I think our defense. I think our defense done really good. I think towards the end of the game, I don't know if it was just where we was up so much. They kind of, it happens. I mean, I mean, it happens. I've seen teams. I think where we was up so much. There was a few mistakes. I think at the end. I think,
Okay.
but as far as that, again, I just think where we was up so much. They may have just, like I said, it
That,
happens. But our defense, to me, Rusty, is solid.
see,
I
that was my
like our
next question. Because I saw where we gave up 461 yards. I didn't know if we put in some number twos or what happened, but that's quite a bit of yards against Eastern Michigan. Oh boy. Well, folks, I think Brent might have froze up on us here. He was talking about our defense. He said the defense looked pretty. Oh, there. You back?
Yes, it was. There was, like I said, there was a few mistakes, and that was a lot of yards that Eastern Michigan did get. But still, yet Rusty, I'm still. Listen, I believe our defense, like I said, is solid. I think they can play with anybody. I really do. But we've
So
got to get this offense.
you're saying they got all
We
them yards mostly in garbage time.
There's a few. Yeah, I mean,
I got
think
you.
maybe
Yeah,
a
that's
few
understandable.
mistakes. I mean, I think there was a few mistakes though before, and then they got picked it up, and then we got a big lead, and then they got because they scored 20 some points, but still, I'm going back to this what I just said just a second ago. I think our offense is solid. I mean our defense. I'm sorry. I like our defense. I think they're solid. I do.
Well, what little bit I've seen, I thought so. I didn't watch any of the last game, but
Buddy, you want to go over the top 25?
let's do it.
Let's go over. So, guys, that's what we think about Eastern Michigan. Kentucky gets the win. We needed it. Kentucky improves to 2-1. We're on a bye this week. Then Kentucky plays South Carolina, and then Georgia, and then another bye. But me and Rusty, we're going to guys. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this top 25 here. See what we got. Top 25, Rusty. And there it is.
Yes, sir.
Top 25. Go ahead, Rusty. Name them. Start. I said
All right.
25
We'll start at
and go to
25 here. USC. They ain't beat nobody any good. I think they just ranked them just so Notre Dame would have a ranked team on their schedule. That's my honest opinion. Notre Dame, they're 0-2. Why are they still in the top 25? I know they lost to two good teams, but there's other teams out there that probably ain't lost none. Not knocking on them. I'm just knocking on the system. Guess you can't hate the players. I hate the game. Or
Right,
how's
I
that
get
go? 23, Missouri. Missouri's under the radar. I think Missouri should be ranked way higher than that. 22, Auburn. They beat Baylor, and I think they're better than what people think they are. 21, we got Michigan. They only lost to Oklahoma by 11 points. And I think Oklahoma's pretty good, and they're starting a true freshman. 20, Vanderbilt. Put it on, South Carolina. I mean, put it on. That nerd's for real. Get rid of Stoops, and I'll take him at Kentucky. 19, Indiana. We'll see this week. They got Illinois. That should be a good game. 18, Georgia Tech. They took Clemson out. And from the looks of their schedule, I only see them probably losing one more game. And I seen something said Haynes King plays like he don't care what his health's going to be like 10, 15 years down the road. Because he lays it out there. Haynes King's a good quarterback. 17, Texas Tech. They're scoring a lot, but they really haven't played anyone. Texas Tech's outscored their opponents 175-35. Utah. They beat Cal Poly 69-63-9. If that means anything. Them two going to tee it off this weekend. Utah and Texas Tech. Tennessee. They had Georgia beat, but they choked right there at the end. Tennessee looks good. I mean, good thing Brian ain't right there because he wouldn't like to hear that. 14, Alabama. They blowed a depleted Wisconsin team out. That's about all they've done this year. Ole Miss. I think they're overrated, and I think Arkansas had them beat had they not fumbled there toward the end. I didn't get to watch the game, so maybe I'm wrong, but that's what I hear. 12, Iowa State. They beat Kansas State and Iowa. They beat Kansas State in, was it London? That was a pretty good game. I like their coach, Matt Campbell. We'll take him at Kentucky. Bring him on. And Iowa State has a pretty good defense. Number 11, Oklahoma. The Michigan win is better than some of these teams that's ranked above them. Oklahoma, I think, is for real, but they got a really tough schedule. It's going to be hard for them to. But they got a pretty good team, and that quarterback, he ain't no joke. Number 10, Texas A&M. They beat Notre Dame at Notre Dame. And that's a tall order. I mean, that ain't a lot of people does that. I think their defense needs work. I think their quarterback and receivers are elite, especially their receivers are elite. I mean, you got Super Mario Craver and KC Concepcion. They're good. Number 9, Illinois. They mopped Duke up. Let's see what they can do with Indiana. Number 8, Texas. The last real team they played, if it wasn't for the preseason, the last real team they played was Ohio State, I think, and they lost. If it wasn't for the preseason rankings, I don't even know if they'd be in the top 25 because they don't look good. And I think the running backs hurt. They might have to bench Manning. That's another story for another day. Florida State, they put it on Alabama. But that's about the only team they played. We'll find out if that's a fluke. 6, Oregon. They haven't played anyone, but we'll see next week when they play Penn State. Dan Lanning, come back to the SEC. We need you, buddy. You're a great coach. Number 5, Georgia. I mean, Tennessee choked. Tennessee had them. But, hey, I guess at the end of the day, Georgia got the W.
Hey, anytime Tennessee gets beat, right?
I like it.
All right, buddy. I'm sorry.
Ability. Number 4, the Miami Hurricanes. They beat Notre Dame, South Florida. Maybe they should be ranked number 1 or number 2 because that's two of the best wins in the country this year. Number 3, LSU. They got wins over Clemson and Florida. Maybe they should be ranked number 1 or number 2. That's 2 good wins. Number 2, Penn State. They ain't played nobody, but on paper, they say they're the best team in the country. We'll see next week when they play Oregon. I know Oregon's got a better coach, and I think Oregon's better than what people thought they was going to be this year too. Number 1, we got Ohio State. I mean, their best wins, they beat Texas when Arch is looking like crap, garbage, not a Manning, whatever you want to say. Texas rolled that preseason high, and they're still ranked number 8 in the country. We'll see what happens with them. That's our top 25. 1, Ohio State. 2, Penn State. 3, LSU. 4, Miami. 5, Georgia. 6, Oregon. 7, Florida State. 8, Texas. 9, Illinois. And 10, Texas A&M. That's your top 10 real quick. It's going to get interesting. We're only in week 4, and there's a lot happening already. And Brent might be I don't know if they're having storms down there or what's going on down there, but for those of y'all didn't hear, when I went over Texas Tech, they've outscored their opponents 175-35. I hope they can beat Utah because they're kind of my little dark horse team I'm rooting for. And I see Brent back down here backstage. I hope Texas Tech can get it done. Well, that's our top 25, Brent. Before we go to our games of the week, I don't know.
Well, I missed all of it, but about 4 times.
Well,
but guys, listen, we're experiencing internet problems tonight. We want to apologize to you about it. It happens. It's technology. You know how technology is. It wouldn't be the first time we've experienced.
Yeah, we do, and we do the best we can with what we got. I mean, we can't afford to have these big supercomputers and all this stuff and that. We do the best of what we can. Try to have fun with it. We try to get our fans involved. And you see this going across the bottom. And for those of you, we realize everybody can't watch us live. We're on Fridays. And first, something you want us to talk about next week, or a question, or if you got any suggestions for us or anything, don't be afraid to email us. I mean, if it's criticism, we can take criticism. You might have some good ideas, or if it's just something you want to know about.
Anything you want to talk about, or
we made this email. We ain't got one email yet. We'd be happy to get.
Hey, listen, and if you want to be on the show with us, email us. Give us your email and come on the show with us. Talk, because this show is about the fans voice. You know.
Yeah, we're about the fans. We're not one of these bought and paid for
So you know,
podcasters. We're going to say it how we feel, and we want our fans to be able to come on here and say how they feel, and we want to keep it real. We want real, live, true opinions.
but guys, give us.
That sound about right, Brent?
Yeah, email us, guys. Email us, guys.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to. Something you about a team or come on the show with us. And well, Rusty, let's pick some because we've got, even though Kentucky's not playing, like I said, we have got some games going on this weekend. Man.
We got some games.
Yeah. There's our sponsor, Overbay Enterprises, guys.
Yeah. Need your heavy equipment. If you don't want to worry about it getting tore up, call Overbay Enterprise.
There's our email at the bottom, guys. Email us. We'll put your topics on the show next week. And again, one more time, if you want to come on the show with us, just email us. We will get you on here, or we will cover your topics that you want about. Yeah. Now, the games. Let's see what we got, Rusty. You had a few that wasn't on here, I think. You talked about. We'll go over them in a minute. Iowa and Rutgers. Is that right, Rutgers?
Iowa and Rutgers, yep. Rutgers scoring a lot of points, but they ain't really played anybody from what I was looking at that game earlier. And I think I wound up going with Iowa. I don't got the spread right now.
That's what I would go with too. I'm going with Iowa on that.
But they're both undefeated. Well, no, Iowa's lost one, I think. I think Iowa State beat them.
Yeah. Then we got Texas Tech and Utah. I think now both of these they're undefeated, ain't they?
Both of them's undefeated, and Texas Tech's dogs, 3.5-point dogs. But I took Texas Tech because they're always high on Utah.
Yeah, I'm going Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Now we have got Arkansas taking on Memphis. I think Arkansas do one. I'm going to Arkansas, Rusty.
I think that's about a 7-point spread favoring Arkansas. But, yeah, I'm wrong with Arkansas. Like I said, Arkansas had that game won last week.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
I think they're due.
That's just their luck, though. That's kind of like Kentucky.
Hey, ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Then we got SMU and TCU.
I was looking at who you going with on that one?
I'm gonna go TCU on this one.
I went with TCU also.
I'm going TCU on that one.
I think SMU might be favored, but I have to look. But just off the top of my head, but I think TCU looked pretty good. Well, I think I watched them against North Carolina.
Then we got Maryland and Wisconsin.
Wisconsin's beat up pretty bad. I'm about going to go with Maryland on that. I don't have any idea what the spread is.
I go with Maryland. I'm with you on that one. I'll go with you on that.
I think Luke Fickell, but it's only his third year at the most down there, but I think he might be getting on his seats warming up.
I'm going Maryland. I'm with you. Now, this is SEC.
Powerhouse.
Here's the interesting.
It's right here. When you watch this SEC, you got to get you one of them great big trucking or maybe even some of them dogs like Old Bay Enterprise has to use when they haul heavy equipment to attach your television to the wall to keep it from jumping off when they start hitting.
Now,
You know what I'm talking about? This is powerhouse football, right? Okay, let's go.
now, this was interesting. Auburn and Oklahoma.
That's a hard one.
Now, where's that one that played at?
At Oklahoma.
At
They're gonna
Oklahoma.
be okay. Gonna be coming out there with his train wheels.
Well, you know what, Rusty? I'm going with Oklahoma.
Well, Oklahoma's favored by 7. And I think Oklahoma could win the SEC. If everything falls their way and they stay healthy, they're rolling.
Yeah.
But just my gut, I took Auburn because I think Auburn's better than what people think they are, and I think they're going to sneak up on them.
I'm going Oklahoma. I'm gonna stick to my pick. I think I'm gonna go Oklahoma on that one, Rusty. Now, guys, here's one. Okay, go ahead.
Auburn's schedule gets real after this one. I mean, this one starts it. Their schedule starts it, and so they need to win. They need to go into this is a tough game for them, and it only gets tougher from here, or just as tough. So they need this game. But anyway, so I didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Now this one game right here, you've got Tulane and Ole Miss. Now, Rusty, I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah. This is Summerall's interview. To the SEC. I mean, well, I think Brent froze up on me a little bit, but he brought up this Tulane Ole Miss game. Ole Miss is favored by 11.5. And I think, they're saying that by next year, Summerall will be coaching in the SEC somewheres. And if I had to say, it'd probably be Arkansas, maybe Florida. That's just – I mean, but who knows? Lane Kiffin, I don't think Lane Kiffin's going to move any worse, but who knows what kind of movement we're going to have. So I feel like this is his interview. He needs to just keep this game close, and if not, win it. I think Ole Miss they don't look as good as what I thought. I thought they was actually going to maybe look better than they did last year, but now what I've seen of Ole Miss, who knows? Tulane could go in there and beat them. But, I mean, we all know it's doubtful. Ole Miss is favored by 11.5. Summerall needs to keep it respectful. That way he can get a good contract. So, with that being said, on that game, I'm sure Brent's going to talk a little more about it when he comes back. I'm going to move on over here. I ain't going to keep going on the games of the week. And I want to talk a little bit about Joe Burrow and his turf toe. Boy, they said he's got turf toe. I don't know. Said something about maybe some torn ligaments. Probably going to be out about 3 months. If they're lucky, he'll be back toward the end of the season, maybe playoff time. Now, Jake Brown, he ain't no joke. Now, to me, do they need to go out and get him another quarterback? Yes. They need to go get somebody. I've been hearing Kirk Cousins. Hey, that's okay with me. I love Kirk Cousins. I think he's a great quarterback. I've even heard Jameson Winston. He's third string somewheres. I don't remember where. Maybe Washington, but they might need him because they're playing their second string. I can't remember who's starting for them this weekend, but it's not JT Daniels. He got hurt, but I mean, Jake Brown, and he came out of Washington undrafted to the Vikings in 2018. And when Burrow went down a couple years ago, he did a really good job. But I think with those receivers, Jameson Winston, Kirk Cousins, now I wouldn't go get nobody that's a joke, but those guys are respectable. I would go get them. I mean, matter of fact, I think if I'm not mistaken, and I didn't even know he was still in the league, but Marcus Mariota starting for JT Daniels at Washington this weekend. I didn't even know he was still in the game. Well, I got another couple interesting things about Notre Dame while we're waiting on Brent. CJ Carr, they said he was tipping the pass and run. They said 58 out of 64 plays, the way he was in his stance, pretty much the defenses knew if it was going to be a pass or a run. He said if his feet was parallel, they ran it. If his feet was staggered, it was a pass. And they said that 58 out of 64 plays, that sums it up. And also, Notre Dame only has 4 tackles for a loss in 2 games, the whole team. But, I mean, they played 2 really good offensive lines. But I thought that was interesting about C.J. Carr, though. You think the coaches would have been like, hey, man, you need to do something a little different. Okay, here we are. We was going over Tulane, Ole Miss, and I already gave them what I thought.
Hey, guess what, guys? I'm back.
He's back. Yeah. That's what I didn't know we had.
No, guys, I'm having a lot of internet issues tonight. I don't know if anybody else is tonight, but I'm just having a lot of issues right now. But so you went over the Tulane and Ole Miss game there.
I gave my opinion on it, but
Okay.
you was getting ready to give yours and you went out.
Oh well, I just think like you said before my internet went out. I think John Summerall. See what I think Ole Miss wins it. You've heard John Summerall. Well, I'm curious because of that. And
Yeah.
but I've taken Ole Miss.
Yeah, the Green Wave. Okay. We can be rooting for the Green Wave. We ain't Ole Miss fans. I mean, some of us might be on here, but that's okay.
Let's see what we got next, Rusty. What's the next game?
I don't know what order you got them in, but next on mine be Michigan and Nebraska.
That's what I got, Michigan and Nebraska.
Michigan's favored by 2.5. I'm taking Nebraska.
I am too.
How many now? Nebraska's lost. How many games you think Nebraska's lost against ranked opponents in a row?
10. I just told them
27. I think they break that streak.
Whoa, what was way off?
I think Raiola, he's one of the top quarterbacks as far as yards goes in the nation.
Yeah. Well, then we got North Carolina.
And Michigan's going to have their intern coach because Shamore's serving that suspension still. Okay, go ahead.
Then we got North Carolina State and Duke.
I can't really speak to this game because normally I know a little bit about North Carolina State, but they just
Carolina
up so bad the last couple of years.
Yeah, that's North Carolina State.
Yeah, I ain't even paid them no attention this year. I usually like watching. They get that big wolf going. Arr.
Yeah.
But then Duke just got blowed out by Somebody blowed them out.
Well,
We just talked about it, but
I'm not picking Duke. I'm picking North Carolina State. I'm not picking Duke in nothing.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
You know. Um, then we've got our opponent coming up next week. Is it South Carolina and Missouri?
Yes.
Yes. Be interesting game, Rusty. Interesting game. So, another one.
Missouri's favored by 9.5, and I think they'll cover. I think Missouri's got a really good team. They got a really good quarterback, running back, defense is solid. Drinkwich, he's got that program doing pretty good.
Yeah, he does.
South Carolina, they said Lenore Sellers will be playing, but South Carolina don't look all that this year, from what I've seen.
Well, then after that one, we have got another one, Sunbelt Billy, and taking on the Miami Hurricanes.
Yeah.
Let's see
This
what
is gonna be
happens.
interesting. I don't think DJ Lagway's going to save Sunbelt Billy's job. Miami's favored by 9.5, and I think you could lay the points.
That's who I'm going. I'm going with Miami on that one.
I think Sunbelt Billy's days are numbered. They might need to make room for. I don't know if they're going to try to get Lane Kiffin over there or Summerall. They'll have probably one of them two by the end of the year. Sunbelt Billy's going to be gone.
Yeah. Now this is a game. Our next one here. This is one I'm interested in because both of these teams are ranked. Is Illinois and Indiana. Illinois and Indiana. What are you thinking on this one, Rusty?
Well, I've been high on Illinois. I've been talking a lot about Illinois. Indiana's favorite. Now, and I've seen some of Indiana's games, which they haven't really played anyway, but they look pretty good. But I would probably take Illinois just because of how I've been talking about them all preseason and leading up to now. But I got to go with Hunter's approach. I can't go against the state I live in. I got to go with Indiana. Ooh. Folks, I think he's froze up again. Well, while he's froze up, let's thank Old Bay Enterprises for sponsoring the show. Like we say, these technical difficulties, they going to happen. We do the best we can. Old Bay Enterprises, they really helped us out a lot. You need any house seats, driveways, ditching, drain lines, retaining walls, grade work. If you don't want your grade work going at a 45-degree angle, maybe you do want it going at a 45-degree angle. If that's what you want, or if you want it flat, they'll make it how you want it. Anyway, Southwest Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, Eastern Tennessee, Old Bay Enterprise. I mean, some of these other clowns, you might want it flat and level. Next thing you know, it's at a 45-degree angle. Draining water right toward your house. If you don't want that, Old Bay Enterprises. All right, Brent, where are we at, buddy?
Okay, we are at Baylor. We got 3 more games on this list right here.
I might have one you don't, though.
Yeah, I think you do.
I got one more if you don't, but Baylor and Arizona State. Woo. Well. Yeah. I don't know the spread. It's going to be hard for me to pick Arizona State. Well, Mississippi State beat them, okay? But Mississippi State is SEC. And down there with them Cowbells, that is a hard place to play.
Yeah.
You know what? I do like Arizona State. Probably, Baylor's probably going to win it, though. That's tough.
That is a tough one. I do agree with you. I want to pick Baylor, but I also want to pick Arizona State.
That's how I feel. I like Arizona State.
I'll tell you what. I'll go away. I'm going Arizona State on this one. I think I'm going Arizona.
Yeah, let's just both of us go Arizona State.
We got BYU and in ECU. Is that right?
Is that ECU or Eastern Carolina? Well, I like that mascot, that
Yeah,
big skull with the.
I do too.
I,
I've always liked their mascot. That is a cool uh mascot.
well, I don't have one more. You got the game I was talking about down at the bottom. I'm going with
You know,
Eastern Carolina.
I'm gonna BYU. I think I'll go BYU on this one, Rusty. Now the last game right there. We have got Michigan State taking on USC. What about this one, Rusty?
See, here's one. They're both undefeated. You got Notre Dame sitting there 0-2 ranked. They did play two good teams. You got to give them credit for that. But the rest of their schedule is nobody. I mean, how are they going to build on that with the rest of that schedule they got? Arkansas is the best team they got left. I think they ranked USC just to try to boost Notre Dame's resume. I took Michigan State. They're 18.5-point dogs. But USC ain't showed me nothing the last couple of years. It's at USC too. I think Michigan State will at least cover.
I agree with you on the Michigan State. The only reason why I'm saying this is, and I've done it before, the only reason why I'm going with USC is the home field. That's the only reason why. But you are right. I mean, you're not wrong. I'm just picking them based on home field. That's it. But I'm going with them.
When I picked Michigan State, I knew where it was, but I just didn't pay no attention. I think I went with my heart more than my gut. But when I first came up here, you seen a lot of Michigan State stuff, and you just don't see it anymore. Unless somebody just broke out an old hoodie that's years old, they just don't got as many. They used to be a lot of Michigan State around here, but I don't. D'Antonio, he's a good coach, but ever since they got in that little bit of trouble or whatever, they ain't never came back. They overpaid that coach. They finally got rid of him. I'd like to see Michigan State win that game. I'd like to see them have people start talking about them again. But I guess that's our games of the week.
That's our games of the week. Guys, we're going to talk about a couple of things here, and then we're going to call it a night. Thank you for joining in. Rusty, now, I saw something we've not talked about. We're going to have to start. Saw some NFL stuff. Is it true that the Colts has not punted?
I don't know. I know Danny Dimes is lighting it up, though. I do know that, but that's interesting.
I saw something. I was going through and I swear I thought I saw something about no punts or something.
They ain't looking bad. I'll tell you who's looking bad, and I thought they'd be a little better this year is Chicago. Whew.
I did too. I thought Chicago would be.
Caleb Williams ain't getting it. He came in there wanting part ownership and everything, which he's young, but I don't know. That team's got problems.
Okay, I just pulled it up right here. It said the Indianapolis Colts have not punted this year in the 2025 NFL season.
I don't know if they've lost yet.
As they have gone the first two games without a punt, setting the NFL record through the first two games.
Danny Dimes ain't no joke. They never put no weapons around him. He had one good year.
Maybe
the Giants. He got that big contract. Huh?
Maybe the article was referring to, and this is what I'm reading. You know, the Colts are the first team in history to go of the NFL to go without a punt in their first 2 games of the season. That may have been something I saw that was older because they're more. But I thought that was interesting. And
They're probably week 2, week 3, going on week 3.
yeah,
They're a week behind the college.
yeah, they are. So
Well, that goes what I was saying out the window. Remember, I was saying they was going to try to get Manning, but maybe they watched that first game of it and said, we're going to scrap his plan.
Rusty, buddy, I saw something else too. I see where my Vikings plays your Cincinnati Bengals.
Yeah, you're going to see what that little Jake Browning's all about.
Good luck to you this Sunday, Rusty. This weekend.
No, hold on a minute. Maybe I was saying, God, maybe Mariota's playing for the Vikings this weekend. Because didn't J.J. McCarthy get hurt too?
JJ's. I'm telling you, Minnesota. It's you get excited up here being a Vikings fan, and then there's always something happens or something, and it's back to
Because I thought Mariota, I don't even know where he's at. I thought he was starting because I think JT Daniels is hurt too. But Mariota's starting for one of them two. I don't know which.
This Sunday, September 21st at 1:00, the 2-0 Bengals takes on the Minnesota Vikings.
Can I get a who day? Who they think they beat them Bengals? Nobody.
You'll get a skull for me. And the Vikings are
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're gonna get off here.
I got one more thing I want to talk about real quick. Well, we've been talking about all these hot seats. Some about Billy's going to get fired. Sam Pittman's going to get fired. Stoops should get fired, but he's not. We done fired a few coaches, but 2 coaches did get fired last week. You know that, right?
Yes. UCLA's coach and Virginia Tech's.
And Virginia Tech's. Now, you know what that means, right?
They can transfer.
Those players got 30 days to decide if they want to hit the portal. Nico could go right back in the portal. Because after Nico started, they don't even want his little brother no more. Because he looks like garbage. But I'm sure somebody will take him.
Well, yeah.
I mean, but and I heard North Carolina's going to go after a lot of Virginia Tech players.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then I don't know if it's true or not, because I really didn't see it from a good source. But now, did they close the spring portal window?
I don't know. There was something I had saw too about that, and
I'm not going to say that's true, but I did see something about that.
I saw something too, something about the window too.
But it could have been just somebody trying to start some stuff. But
yeah.
But now this is these 2 teams. That's 2 teams, players that got 30 days to decide if they want to transfer or not. And I guess they'd be eligible to play right away when they get to wherever they go.
Yeah. I mean, because there's no more. There's no more.
I guess you have to have room on your roster, though.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's all I got. You can
well, this guys, we're going to close it out tonight. I'm apologize for the internet issues tonight, guys. Thank you for watching and bearing with us through the technical issues. Hopefully next week we can get it lined out. Cats, Kentucky's on a bye week this weekend. Then we play South Carolina. And let's get this thing. Hey, let's go to South Carolina. Let's get this thing turned around. Let's get it turned around. Hey, let's get that offense rolling. Let's keep that
Let's shut
offense
that
rolling.
chicken up. Let's
Yeah,
shut that
yeah.
chicken up.
Shut that chicken up. I mean, yeah. Let's shut that chicken up.
Do like the old timers when it's time for dinner, they put that little feed in their hand and they stick their neck through that.
But that's who Kentucky's got next Saturday, guys. They're on a bye week, like I said. Let's keep this offense rolling. Let's go down and let's get this W next Saturday. Let's get this W. Let's get our W back from them because I know they beat us last season. Rusty, we're going to get out of here tonight, guys, again. Sorry about the technical issues with the internet. Thank you for watching. Guys, let me leave you with this. God loves you. Go Big Blue. Good night, everybody.
Wow, wow!